Becky here with the latest real estate market report just released. Now, unlike the stock market, which we can pretty much check in real time so that you can see what's going on, with real estate it's just a little bit more difficult. For example, for us to get the numbers for April 2020, we would actually have to wait until the third week of May so that local and national real estate associations put their numbers together. Given the current situation, and in order to make educated real estate decisions, I don't think that we can realistically wait till the end of May to see what's going on in April. It would kind of be like buying a stock based upon the activity from 6 weeks ago. So we have been busy pulling raw data for the last few weeks, and I have an update for you on the data. But first, let me share with you what it is specifically that we're looking for. We're looking for something called inflection points. And specifically, we're looking to see if there is an inflection point that would indicate a market turn. In other words, an inflection point that indicates a change in the pricing trend or a change in the pricing direction on the data, so that you as the buyer and seller can make better real estate decisions. So let's go ahead and share the numbers that have just been released for March 2020, and then later on in this video I will share my numbers as it relates to projections for April 2020. Mauricio, please take it away.
Thank you, Becky. The first thing that we want to share with all of you is that the data that we're going to show you in a few seconds is data as of March 2020 from the MLS, which is the Realtors database for South Palm Beach County. And the first thing that we see is the number of listings, new listings, obviously that number being down for both single family homes and townhouse and condominiums compared to the same month last year, and the same is the case for year-to-date data compared to the last couple of years. Perhaps a better way to illustrate that is right here, the new listings, which reached a peak in January 20th, but ever since in February and March 2020 have come down, clearly identifying January 20th as an inflection point for new listings. Again, that's both for single family homes and townhouse condominiums. In the closed sales category, we have closed sales slightly higher compared to 2019 and 2018, and also the case compared to 2019. And perhaps again a better way to illustrate that on the month-by-month basis is right here, where in January 2020 we saw that data being here, but also becoming an inflection point because the subsequent months of February and March 2020, that number has gone up. And again, that is for the number of closed sales. And again, this is for Southern Palm Beach. Obviously, because of the numbers that I just shared, the new listings going down and the closings going up, that means that the inventory has tightened up a little bit, and that's confirmed right here. So single family and townhouse condominiums inventory is considerably down compared to 2019 and 2018, and that trend is definitely confirmed right here, showing us that actually it is for single family homes a 12-year low, and the same for townhouse and condominiums. I will venture to say that this 12-year low can be even a 15-year low, or maybe even a 20-year low. Something very, very interesting about this report. Now, there's another metric called months of supply. Typically 6 months supply is neutral. More than 6 means there's a lot of inventory, so a buyer's market in this case, because the inventory has contracted so much and the number of closed sales was slightly higher. That means that the number for single family homes and for townhouses clearly shows that we are in what is technically considered a seller's market, which is also confirmed right here with a 12-year low for single family homes, and pretty much the same for townhouse and condominiums. Single family homes clearly here showing a 12-year low. The median sales price, interestingly enough, has gone up considerably compared to 2019 and 2018 for both single family homes and for townhouses. And that trend was also corroborated here for the year-to-date data. Again, perhaps a better way to look at it is right here, where we see again the price, the median price for single-family homes at a 12-year high, in being stable at that point, and the same situation here for townhouse and condominiums. Now, Becky alluded to the fact that those numbers are for March 2020. They just became available yesterday on April 21st. We want to be able to get data that is a little bit more relevant, that is current. And so what we did is we took a little bit of an exercise first on the geography of the data. Rather than taking the entire south part of the country, we took basically this area, which is more relevant to the people that are watching this video, as well as it happens to be the area where Becky performs about 80% of her real estate transactions. And just for geography standpoint, we have Hypaloxa Road right here. We have the Intercoastal. We're not including the Palm Beach Island. This is Okeechobee Boulevard. This is the Turnpike. This is 40th North Street, and this is where the residential area ends for the central part of the county. So we took the data from this part of the county, and what we did is we looked at basically the numbers that are available through April 20th, and we modeled those numbers to identify a trend for the remaining part of the month. What we did is, in addition to that, we basically got the same data for the same area for March, so that we were able to establish some type of comparison. And this is what we came up with. April has half the number of new listings for the target area. In terms of the closed units, we see April having about 80% of the closed transactions in March. So again, a decrease of 50% here in the listings, but only a decrease of about 20% on the number of closed units. And then for this particular area, the price actually is slightly higher, the median price, and this combines both single family homes and townhouse and condominiums. And that being said, our projections are as follows for April 2020. We are calling new listings to be at an all-time low for Southern Palm Beach County on April 20th, and again being half of what they were in March 20th, a confirmation of the trend that was identified with an inflection point right here on January 2020. In addition to that, we are also forecasting and making a call, projecting April to have less closed sales than March, creating an inflection point right here for March 2020. So again, closed sales less than March 2020. We're making that call for April. In terms of available homes, obviously April 2020 will have the lowest inventory, even lower than before, creating a new low for the last 12 years. And again, that's for the number of available homes. That includes both single family homes and condominiums. In terms of median price, we are making the call that for April 2020, we anticipate about the same price. We don't anticipate the median price for single family homes and townhouses to fluctuate more than 1%. We're making that projection right now.
Please stay tuned for my May 2020 predictions. As May unfolds, we will continue to gather more raw data that will help you identify those trends. And please note that I will also be keeping a watch on current impact of when the country gets back to work. Also the unemployment numbers, as well as the number of forbearances that are going on for mortgages and how the banks will handle that stimulus money to weather that storm in order to make those predictions for you. As of right now, just so you know, we do not see a foreclosure issue, and this is a very different set of circumstances than 2008. What we do know right now is that buyers are benefiting from the current low mortgage rates, and low inventory and lack of competition is creating an advantage for sellers. I hope that you found this video informative and useful for your real estate needs. and decisions, and know that I'm here for you with any questions that you might have. Until next time, I'm Becky Urbino with Location Real Estate, servicing your South Florida and Florida real estate needs. And be safe, be positive, and have a great day. Bye-bye.